December 1st, 2024. I wasn't sure if I should upload this. Part of me wants to forget the whole thing, throw it away, pretend I never knew about it. But the rest of me, well, the rest of me feels like people should see it. I live next door to Liam, or I did. We weren't friends exactly, but we'd nod in the hallway, exchange the occasional, "Hey, how's it going?" He was quiet, kept to himself, never caused any trouble. A few days ago, I started noticing strange things. Thuds in the walls, like someone was moving furniture in the middle of the night. Once I thought I heard him yelling, but when I pressed my ear to the wall, it was silent. I told myself it was nothing, just the old building settling, or maybe he had the TV on too loud. A couple of days ago, the smell started. At first it was faint, just a whiff of something sour when I walked by his door. By the evening, it was unbearable, like rancid meat mixed with cleaning fluid. I called the landlord to complain, but of course, he didn't answer. That's when I decided to check on Liam myself. I knocked on his door. No answer. I tried again, louder this time, calling his name. Still nothing. I could hear the faint hum of his refrigerator through the door, so I knew he hadn't lost power. But the smell, it was awful. Heavy. I don't know why, but I tried the knob. It wasn't locked. The smell hit me even harder. I gagged, almost threw up right there in the doorway. The air was thick and humid, like stepping into a swamp. The apartment was dark, but I could see enough. The place was trashed. Furniture overturned, papers scattered everywhere. The walls were covered in cracks, deep gouges that looked like scratch marks. The floor was sticky, some kind of dark liquid that I didn't want to think too hard about. And then I saw the journal. It was sitting on the desk, open, like he'd just been writing in it. The pen was still there, resting on the page. I called out again, louder this time, but the only sound I got in response was a faint buzzing of a fly somewhere off in the corner. I didn't want to go in any further. Something about the place felt off. But the journal was right there, right in front of me, and I couldn't stop myself. I picked it up and started reading. God, I wish I hadn't. Here's a transcript of the scribbles he wrote. As much as I could read anyway. Liam's journal entry, November 3rd. I don't know why I'm even writing this. It's not like anyone will read it. Maybe it's for me, some kind of release. Or maybe it's just the walls getting to me. They've been feeling tighter lately, like the room's shrinking. Feels like I'm suffocating in here. No, not suffocating. Drowning. I can hear the city outside. Cars honking, sirens wailing, but it might as well be miles away. I haven't stepped outside in days, maybe weeks. The calendar fell off the wall and I didn't bother putting it back. I think it's the 3rd. This place smells wrong, like damp wood and copper. I don't know why. Nothing's changed. I started keeping the window shut because the noise outside gives me headaches, but now the smell's overwhelming. I thought it was coming from the pipes, but I scrubbed the sink and even poured bleach down the drain. Didn't help. It clings to me. I can't shake it. I even dream about it. I should leave this apartment. I should have left months ago. But moving means packing, and packing means looking at all my crap. My failures. No, can't think like that. I'm just tired. Haven't been sleeping much. Every time I close my eyes, I feel like I'm falling, and when I wake up, my chest hurts like I've been holding my breath. This is what burnout looks like, right? Freelancing sounded good, but it's just been deadline after deadline after deadline. I'm running on fumes, living off of cold takeout and coffee. I think my body hates me. I haven't heard from anyone in a while, though that's mostly my fault. I stopped replying to texts after her. I haven't written her name down since the accident. God, why am I writing it now? Mel. Melissa. It's been, what, 3 months since she died? That sounds wrong. It feels like longer, like she's been gone for years. Maybe it's because I wasn't there at the end. I should have been. I was supposed to meet her for coffee that morning, but I didn't show. Didn't even call. She texted me right before it happened. We need to talk. I read it, sighed, and rolled over to go back to sleep. When I woke up, she was dead. I didn't go to the funeral. I couldn't face her family. They didn't know about the fight we had, but I did. I knew the things I said, the things I can't take back. She deserved better than me. Maybe that's why I've been hearing her voice. Yeah, that's what I really wanted to write about, the voice. It started a few nights ago. I was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, counting the cracks. The air felt heavy, like before a storm. I was almost asleep when I heard her say my name. Not in my head, not like a memory. It was out loud, right next to my ear. Liam. I shot up so fast I almost fell out of bed. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. No hum of the fridge, no drip of the faucet. Just silence. But I swear I felt someone there, standing in the dark, watching me. It happened again the next night. This time I was in the kitchen. I just made a cup of tea and set it on the counter when I heard her voice again. I'm home. The cup shattered in my hand. I don't even remember dropping it. There was tea and blood everywhere, but all I could do was stare at the empty room, waiting for her to walk in. She didn't, of course. Then, tonight, the voicemail. I didn't even know you could get voicemails from numbers that don't exist anymore. But there it was, her name on my phone screen. I played it and my heart stopped. It was her voice, distorted, like it was coming through water. I couldn't make out most of it, but 2 words were clear. I'm home. And then, right before it ended, look behind you. I didn't. I couldn't. I just sat there, frozen, until my phone died. Now it's midnight and the walls are breathing. Or maybe it's just me. I can't tell anymore. I keep thinking I see something in the corner of my eye, but when I turn to look, there's nothing there. Just shadows. I don't know why I'm writing this, I don't want to forget. If something happens, someone needs to know. Liam's journal entry, November 10th. I've been thinking about Mel. I'm always thinking about her these days, but tonight it feels different. Like there's something I've been missing. Something I ignored because it was easier not to see it. The day she died, she was supposed to meet me for coffee. She sent me that text. We need to talk. And I just assumed the worst. I thought she was going to break things off for good. Tell me she was done with my excuses and my bullshit. Maybe she was. But now I'm not so sure. The last few weeks before the accident, Mel wasn't herself. She was tired all the time, barely sleeping. She said it was stress. Work, family, life in general. But now that I think about it, there was something else. She started canceling plans at the last minute, saying she wasn't feeling well. When we did see each other, she was distracted, always glancing over her shoulder like she was expecting someone, or something, to be there. Once I caught her staring at her reflection in a window for way too long, like she didn't recognize herself. When I asked her about it, she just laughed it off and changed the subject. I didn't push her. I should have pushed her. I remember one night we were on the phone. She sounded off, her voice shaky, like she'd been crying. She said something that stuck with me. Do you ever feel like you're not who you're supposed to be? Not where you're supposed to be? Like when you're looking at your reflection It isn't you anymore." I laughed. I thought she was being dramatic. Told her she needed to get some sleep, that she was stressing herself out. She got quiet after that. Real quiet. Then she said something else. "I don't think it's me, Liam." I didn't ask what she meant. I just changed the subject, because that's what I always did when things got too heavy. Now I can't stop thinking about it. What if she wasn't just stressed? What if she was going through what I'm going through now? The insomnia, the voices, the feeling that something's watching you. I didn't take her seriously, but what if I should have? Maybe she wasn't meeting me to break things off. Maybe she wanted to tell me what was happening to her. Maybe she thought I'd believe her, help her. But I didn't show up. I didn't listen. And now she's dead. Is that why she's here? Why I keep hearing her voice, seeing her things around the apartment? Is she haunting me because I let her down? Because I ignored her when she needed me? I can't shake the feeling that I'm paying for it now. For not being there. For brushing her off. Maybe if I had answered her text, she'd still be alive. Maybe if I'd picked up on the signs, I could have done something. Instead, she's gone. And I think she wants me to feel it. No. If you're out there, if it's really you, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't listen. I didn't take you seriously. I thought you'd always be there, and now I don't even know if this is you, or if it's something pretending to be you. But if it is you, please tell me what you want. I'll listen this time. I swear I will. Just tell me what I need to do. Please. Liam's journal entry, November 13th. I can't do this anymore. Something is wrong here. It's not just me. It's not just my mind playing tricks. I can feel it, smell it, taste it in the air. There's something in this apartment with me. I woke up this morning, or maybe it was afternoon, to the sound of glass shattering. My first thought was that someone had broken in, but when I scrambled out of bed, I couldn't find anything out of place. Windows intact, doors locked, nothing missing. I was starting to convince myself it was a dream until I saw the photo. It was on my desk, propped up like it belonged there. A picture of me and Mel, taken 2 years ago at Navy Pier. We're smiling, holding those ridiculous oversized slushies we bought as a joke. I remember that day so clearly. She laughed so hard when I spilled half my drink on my shoes. It was one of the last times we were really happy. But here's the thing. I don't have that photo anymore. I tossed it. After the accident, I went through everything. Pictures, letters, gifts, and I tossed them all out. I couldn't stand to look at them. I couldn't handle the guilt. And yet there it was, writ on my desk like nothing ever happened. I tore the apartment apart looking for more. I found them. All of them. Her scarf was in my closet, folded neatly on the top shelf, the one she wore on our first date. It still smells like a perfume. A stack of her notebooks was tucked under my bed, filled with her handwriting, doodles in the margins, little notes she used to leave for herself. "Don't forget to smile today," she wrote on the first page of one. It felt like a punch to the gut. Her favorite mug was in my kitchen cabinet, the one with the stupid cartoon fox on it. I stared at it for a full minute before I reached out to touch it, just to make sure it was real. It was warm, like someone had just used it. I don't know how any of it got here, yet everywhere I look, there's something of hers here. It's not just her things, though. There's scratches on the walls I don't remember seeing before, long, jagged lines like something tried to claw its way out. The floorboards creak in places they never used to, and sometimes I swear I can hear them moving even when I'm standing still. The worst part is the mirrors. I don't know how to explain it, but I can't look at them anymore. Every time I catch my reflection, it feels off. It doesn't move the way I do. Sometimes it lags behind, like it's thinking about what to do next. Other times, I could swear it's smiling when I'm not. Tonight, I covered the mirrors with towels and blankets. It helped, but only for a little while. Around midnight, I heard something rustling in the kitchen. When I went to check, the towel from the bathroom mirror was on the floor, soaked in something dark and sticky. I'm scared to check what's underneath. And then there's the smell. It's getting worse. The coppery tang is so strong now I can taste it every time I breathe. It's like the apartment is bleeding. I tried calling someone, anyone, but my phone won't work. No signal, no Wi-Fi, even my laptop is dead. I went to the door, thinking I could at least step into the hallway, but the knob wouldn't turn. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do. The picture of me and Mal is back on the desk. I know I threw it in the trash this morning, but there it is. Same spot, same smile. Her handwriting is on the back now. It says, "You can't run from me." I think she's here. I think she's inside this place. Liam's journal entry, November 20th. I can't sleep anymore. Every time I close my eyes, I feel it. Breathing. Not on me. In me. It's like my lungs don't belong to me. Like every breath I take is being borrowed from something else. Something waiting. I stayed up all night, pacing the apartment, watching the shadows crawl across the walls. They move when they shouldn't. At first, I thought it was just the city lights outside, cars passing by, the normal flicker of life, but no. These shadows, they have weight. They linger. I made the mistake of turning off the lights. It was around 3 a.m. I thought maybe the constant flickering was what was making me so jumpy, so I killed the overhead light and sat in the dark. The silence was crushing, like the room was holding its breath. Then I heard it. The thumping. It started faint, almost like a distant heartbeat. It seemed to come from the walls, but it moved. It wasn't random. It was deliberate. First behind me, then to my left, then my right. It circled me, slow and patient, like it was testing me. I turned the lights back on. The sound didn't stop. It got louder, closer. The walls trembled with each beat, and I swear to God I saw them swell, like something was pushing through, something massive and alive. The drywall cracked in places, jagged lines spreading like veins. I screamed at it to stop, to leave me alone. And it did. For a moment, there was silence. I stood there, shaking, staring at the cracks, waiting for something, anything, to happen. Then I heard my name. Liam. It came from the kitchen. I didn't want to go. Every cell in my body screamed to stay put, to run, to hide, but I couldn't stop myself. It was her voice, soft and sweet, just like I remembered. I stepped into the kitchen and there she was. She was standing by the sink, her back to me, her hair wet and dripping onto the floor. The smell hit me first, metallic and rotten, like spoiled meat left in the sun. "Mel?" My voice cracked. She didn't move at first, just stood there, silent and still, her head slightly tilted. The air felt wrong, heavy and sharp, like a blade pressed against my throat. Then, slowly, she turned around. It wasn't her. The thing wearing her face, it smiled at me. Its lips were too wide, stretching across its face until they split, revealing teeth that were jagged and too many. Its eyes were empty, black pits that seemed to swallow the light. It opened its mouth, and the sound that came out wasn't a voice. It was a wet, gurgling noise, like something drowning in its own blood. I ran. I locked myself in the bathroom, slamming the door behind me. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely turn the lock. The thumping was back, louder than ever, pounding in the walls, the floor, my chest. Then the mirror. The towels I'd taped over it were gone. My reflection was there, staring back at me, but it wasn't moving. It just stood there, smiling that same impossible smile, its head tilted, slowly, until its neck cracked. It pressed its hand against the glass, and I swear I felt it on my skin, cold, wet fingers digging into my shoulder. I don't know how long I stayed in there, curled up on the floor, covering my ears to block out the sound. When I finally opened the door, the apartment was empty. The cracks in the walls were gone. The kitchen was spotless, no water, no smell, nothing to prove what I'd seen. But the picture of Mel was back on the desk. There's something new written on it now. Let me in. Aren't they already here? Liam's journal entry. November. Maybe. I don't recognize myself anymore. I don't mean in a figurative sense, I mean it literally. I caught a glimpse of myself in the bathroom mirror this morning. Where did all the towels go? For a moment, I wasn't sure it was me. My eyes looked wrong. Too dark, too hollow, like they'd been scooped out and replaced with something else. Something hungry. I'm writing this because I don't know what else to do. I've tried screaming. I've tried praying. I even tried smashing my head against the wall to force myself out of this, whatever this is, but nothing changes. I haven't eaten in days, I think. Time feels slippery, like it's stretching and folding in on itself. I keep looking at the clock, and it's never what I think it should be. Hours vanish in the blink of an eye, but sometimes seconds drag on forever. The shadows are worse. They don't just move anymore. They watch. Every corner of this apartment feels like it's hiding eyes. I can't sit down without feeling them boring into my back. Can't sleep without dreaming of black shapes standing at the edge of my bed, whispering things I can't quite make out. Sometimes I think I do understand them. Last night, or maybe it was this morning, I woke up to find something written on the wall above my bed. I didn't write it. I know I didn't write it. It said, "You're almost ready." Ready for what? I'm not alone here. I know that now. I can feel it, crawling under my skin, burrowing into my thoughts. It knows things about me, things I've never told anyone. It whispers them when I'm trying to sleep, repeating my worst memories, twisting them into something uglier. It reminded me about my sister. She died when I was 12, drowned in the lake behind our house while I was supposed to be watching her. I still dream about that day, about her hand breaking the surface, fingers clawing at the air, and me, too frozen to do anything. It was an accident. That's what everyone said. That's what I told myself. She died when I was 12, drowned in the lake behind our house while I was supposed to be watching her. I still dream about that day, about her hand breaking the surface, fingers clawing at the air, and me too frozen to do anything. It was an accident. That's what everyone said. That's what I told myself. But the voice doesn't agree. "You wanted her gone," it said last night. "She was your replacement, and you let her sink." I don't know what's worse. The fact that it said it, or the fact that deep down I think it might be right. I've always been a piece of shit. Or maybe that's when I became one. I can't trust my mind anymore. I keep finding things I don't remember putting there. Notes scribbled on scraps of paper. Messages carved into the wood of my desk. "Let me in. You deserve this. You can't hide. And then there's the bruises. They're all over me now. My arms, my legs, my chest. Some of them look like handprints. Fingers pressed so deep into my skin they've turned purple and black. But I don't remember falling. I don't remember anyone touching me. Am I doing this to myself? This afternoon, I heard my own voice coming from the hallway. It called my name, soft and pleading, like I was begging myself for help. I opened the door, but the hallway was empty. I can't stop shaking. I can't think straight. I keep looking at the photo of Mel on my desk, her smile mocking me, her eyes following me wherever I go. It feels like she's alive in that picture, waiting for me to break. And then there's my reflection. I caught it watching me again from my bedroom mirror, smiling that awful smile, wider and wider until its cheeks split open and black viscera spilled out. It wasn't blood. It smelled sweet, sickly, like fermented fruit. I screamed and threw a chair at the mirror. It shattered, but now I can see them. Dozens of tiny reflections staring back at me from the shards, all grinning. I don't think they're going to leave. Journal entry. It's getting harder to tell what's real. I keep thinking I'll wake up and this will all be some fever dream, but it just gets worse. Every hour feels like another step closer to something. Today, my phone started working again, or at least it pretended to. I was sitting on the couch, staring at the cracks in the walls when it buzzed. I nearly jumped out of my skin. It's been silent for days. No calls, no texts, just a dead screen. Now, out of nowhere, the screen lit up. Mom calling. I hesitated before answering. It didn't feel right. The room had gone quiet again. Too quiet. Even the faint hum of the fridge was gone. Still, I picked up. Her voice sounded normal at first, warm and concerned. "Liam, honey, where are you going? Are you okay?" I tried to answer, but my throat felt tight, like something was wrapped around it. Finally, I managed to croak out, "I'm home." "Why?" She paused. That silence stretched on, long enough to make my skin crawl. Then she said, "What are you talking about? I just saw you downtown." My blood turned cold. "What are you talking about?" "I just saw you, Liam, by the river. You were just standing there, staring at the water. I called out to you, but you didn't answer. You just turned and walked away from me." I didn't know what to say. My mind was racing, trying to piece it together. I haven't left the apartment in weeks. I know I haven't. I stammered something about it being a mistake. Someone who looked like me, but her voice got sharper. "Don't lie to me. I know my son. It was you. But, Liam, what's wrong with you? You looked awful." I asked her what she meant, but she wouldn't answer. She just kept saying my name, over and over, softer and softer, until the line went dead. I tried calling her back, but the number didn't connect. It's like the call never happened. That was just the beginning. By mid-afternoon, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. Calls from friends, coworkers, even people I haven't spoken to in years. They all said the same thing. They'd seen me. At the grocery store, on the train, standing outside their buildings. Always staring, always silent. I don't know how to explain what that feels like. It's like your identity is being stolen in real time, like something is wearing your face and living your life without you. One of my friends, Jason, sounded especially shaken. "You showed up at my apartment last night," he said. His voice cracked like he was on the verge of tears. "You just stood in the hallway, knocking. When I opened the door, you smiled at me." I told him it wasn't me, that I hadn't left my place, but he interrupted. "Don't lie to me, Liam. I saw your eyes. They were off, like there was nothing behind them. Then you just walked away." I don't think I convinced him. The call ended abruptly, and now I can't reach him. As the day went on, the calls stopped feeling like warnings and started to feel like threats. The last one came around midnight, an unknown number. I didn't want to answer, but my hand moved on its own, like I wasn't in control. I pressed the phone in my ear and whispered, "Hello?" There was silence for a long moment. Then I heard my own voice. "It's almost time, Liam." It wasn't just the sound of my voice, it was the exact way I speak, the inflections, the pauses. It was me. "I don't understand," I whispered. The voice on the other end laughed. It was a wet, choking sound, like someone drowning. "You will." The line went dead, and now I'm here writing this. I can't stop shaking. I keep looking at the door, expecting to see myself standing there, waiting to be let in. Liam's journal entry. I don't have much time. I don't even know if this will make sense. My hands won't stop shaking and the words are blurring on the page. It's here. It's in here. It started hours ago. If time even works anymore, I can't tell. The clocks don't make sense. The sun never came up, or maybe I missed it. The light through the window is wrong, gray and flickering, like I can't decide if it's real. The noises started in the walls again, louder than ever. Thumps and scrapes, something massive crawling, dragging itself closer. I could feel it in my chest, rattling my ribs. The cracks are back, spreading like veins across the drywall. But now they pulse. The walls feel alive, warm and wet when I press my hand to them. I should have run. I should have gotten out. But the door wouldn't open. It won't open. The knob won't turn no matter how hard I pull. I tried the window, but it's like the glass isn't even there. My hand just slid off like I was touching ice. And then the lights went out. Total blackness. I couldn't see my own hands in front of me. I felt it before I heard it. The air shifted, heavy and damp, like something enormous was breathing in the dark. "Liam," it whispered. Her voice. No, not her. Not Mel. I know that now. Whatever this thing is, it's not her. It's something using her, wearing her voice like a mask. "Liam," it said again, closer this time. So close I felt the breath on my neck, cold, wet. I spun around, but there was nothing there. Then the mirrors started to hum. Even in the dark, I could feel them, every shard of glass from the one I broke. They buzzed like insects, vibrating, trembling. I could see faint shapes in them, reflections of something moving, twisting, crawling. It wasn't me. The hum grew louder, a deafening drone that filled my skull. And then I saw it. The thing. It came from the shadows, from the walls, from everywhere. At first it looked like me, stepping out of the dark, calm and steady. But its movements were wrong. Jerky, too fast, like a puppet on broken strings. Its face wasn't mine. Not really. The eyes were hollow, black pits, leaking something thick and oily. The smile stretched too far, splitting the skin at the edges. When it spoke, its voice was layered. Mine and hers. And something deeper, guttural and old. "You let me in, Liam." I couldn't move. My legs locked, my body frozen as it stepped closer. It reached out, its hand a twisted mockery of mine. Longer, thinner, the skin stretched tight over too many bones. When it touched me, my skin burned, like ice and fire all at once. "You're mine now," it whispered. Something inside me snapped. I don't know where the strength came from, but I shoved it, hard, and ran. I didn't know where I was going. The apartment isn't that big, but the hallway stretched on forever, looping, folding, changing. The walls closed in, the floor shifted, the doors vanished. It was everywhere. Its voice, its face, its hands reaching for me from the walls, the ceiling, the floor. I made it to the bathroom, slammed the door, locked it. For now it's quiet, but I can feel it on the other side, waiting. The mirror is still humming, and the cracks in the glass are spreading. I don't know what it wants. My soul? My body? Does it matter? I'm so tired. I can hear it now, scratching at the door. It doesn't need to knock. I think I let it in a long time ago. Well, guys, that's it. That's all I have. It doesn't make sense. None of it. I don't know if Liam was losing his mind or if something really was happening to him, but the things he wrote, they were unhinged, paranoid. And the last entry, Jesus. The cops eventually showed up after I called them. The landlord finally came after them. We didn't find Liam. His apartment was empty, no body, no sign of where he went. But there was one thing. The mirror in his bathroom was shattered. Not just broken, shattered, like something had exploded out of it. The shards were everywhere, glittering in the dark like 1,000 teeth-sized pearls. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if I want to know. The cops returned this morning. I told them the same things. They said it sounded like a mental health crisis over his girlfriend passing away. They said they were hopeful that they would find him somewhere. They even mentioned that they had received footage from the landlord of Liam leaving his apartment the night I checked up on him after I took his journal. We still don't know where Liam is. But last night when I was lying in bed, I thought I heard someone whisper my name. I'm sure it was just my imagination. At least, I hope it was. But it sounded like him. Or maybe it sounded like me.